Chapter 814, Missing 10 Pillars. Franca couldn't talk about the celestial master at the moment, nor could she ask the professors what knowledge the hidden sage had imparted. She could only note this anomaly silently and plan to report it to Madame Judgment later, so the major arcana card holders could determine what was wrong. After a moment of silence, Isotope spoke heavily. Everyone here understands the pain of being force-fed knowledge by the hidden sage. So far, we can barely endure it, but if the frequency increases or the intensity goes up, it won't be long before our brains explode with knowledge, turning us into monsters. Professor sighed slowly. I agree, we must have a sense of crisis. Periodic table seemed a bit unstable. I do feel a sense of crisis, but does it help? Can we unite and kill the hidden sage? I used to have such fantasies, but now, ha. Franca could understand the last two sentences from periodic table. In the first 2 or 3 years after transmigrating into this world, as an atheist who had read many novels, she initially regarded the 7 gods as more powerful beyonders. She believed that as someone on the path of the divine, she might one day have a chance to slay deities and prove her way. But after witnessing more, gaining more knowledge in mysticism, she deeply understood the gap between low and mid-sequence beyonders and demigods. And that was just demigods, not true gods. According to the Demoness of Black, true gods could modify and adjust the sequence abilities within their pathways to some extent. Meanwhile, Franca recalled the past and noticed that during their gatherings in the Nation of the Evernight, the warlocks rarely expressed such intense negative emotions. Now, they were no longer hiding their pain and struggle, showing it very directly. The Academy group has too many non-warlock members, and those here today are a small circle who know each other well, so they can be more genuine. But I know, Mughalem not part of your circle. Are these intense emotions partly an act? What's the purpose? Franca didn't know if Lumion had infected her with paranoia, or if her experiences with the Savoi mob and the Demoness sect had made her cautious. Yeah, what can we do? She echoed periodic table's sentiment, seemingly touched. Professor, steady as usual, said gently, at least we can look for items or methods to reduce the negative effects of the knowledge pursuer. Periodic table was silent for a moment, then sighed deeply. That's all we can do for now. The warlocks, along with Griffin and Eagle, discussed this issue, proposing various ideas and rejecting most, leaving a few for further verification. Franca also used her imagination. Eventually, she said thoughtfully, it's a pity we can't predict exactly when the hidden sage will go mad. Otherwise, I know a place that might effectively reduce the impact. What place? Associate Professor asked quickly. Franca didn't intend to hide it. She felt that if Lumion were here, he would definitely reveal that location to the professors. Based on her understanding of Lumion, she had long noticed that Lumion was especially empathetic towards those with similar experiences and sufferings as his. Although he spoke harshly, he couldn't help but provide some assistance. Similarly, he also empathized with those who had similar experiences to Auror, often putting himself in his sister's shoes. Franca sighed slightly. The small sacrificial square at the entrance of the 3rd level of the catacombs. It seems to have remnants of the powers of the eternal blazing sun and the god of steam and machinery, which can shield most of the external influences. Professor's eyes brightened slightly under the butterfly mask. I've been there, but I didn't know there were remnants of divine power. She paused, adding, this is actually very useful. When we are on the brink of breaking, I will take a box of white candles and enough food, stay at the sacrificial square until the accumulated effects dissipate and my body and soul recover, then come back up. Exactly. Franca was happy for these curly-haired baboons, Research Society members. Professor continued to say to periodic table and the others, we can also seek help from beyonders of the apothecary pathway to produce medicine that quickly restores the body and soul. Temporary enhancement of brain capacity, learning ability, and soul strength would also work. Isotope and the others chimed in. Their spirits finally lifted a bit. After another half-hour of chatting, Professor and Associate Professor called a few people to fetch the board games from the study, while Franca stood up and went to the small bar in the opposite living room to get a drink. As she hesitated between fruit beer and soda, Periodic Table came to her side, looking over the drinks and lowering his voice. Muggle, weren't you looking for members of the Moses Ascetic Order? Seeing Muggle with her hood pulled up turning to him, Periodic Table's chemical symbols on his face shifted as he smiled. I am one. So finally you're admitting. Franca wasn't surprised at all. She even suspected all the warlocks in the small circle were members, and Griffin and Eagle, who were not warlocks, might be as well. You guessed it a long time ago. Periodic Table noticed Muggle had no emotional fluctuation. Franca chuckled softly. It's not strange. I'm also a member of another secret organization. Many in the Research Society should have backgrounds in secret organizations or Orthodox churches. It's not a problem as long as it doesn't violate our contract. Periodic Table smiled. That's true. You mentioned a mirror person named Griffith secretly replacing one of our members. I have a suspect now. Franca had been tracking the whereabouts of the Ore Scholar. Jasmine suspected to be mirror people Palia but had no leads. She didn't expect a clue about the more important mirror person, Griffith. Who is it? She asked directly. Period Table organized his thoughts. Normally, I should report this to the higher-ups of the ascetic order for confirmation and handling, but I can't contact my direct pillar lately. Pillar? Franca asked, puzzled. The brass of our Moses ascetic order consists of the 10 pillars, 10 powerful demigods, maybe more. The one responsible for the Trier Greater region and my direct superior is Kay Marillo. After the terrifying rainstorm, his orders have lessened, and recently we've had no response from our attempts to contact him, Periodic Table explained heavily. After the hostile project, the brass of the Moses ascetic order in Trier had anomalies and then disappeared. This information is crucial and must be reported quickly. Franca looked at Periodic Table and asked, no emergency contact with other pillars. Period Table sighed. No, normally we should pray to the hidden sage, report the anomaly, and he would give a revelation. But we tried, and there was no revelation, nor did any other pillar contact us. Because the hidden sage has gone crazier, Franca nodded. Go on. Periodic Table laughed bitterly. This situation isn't bad. Though lacking high-level guidance and resources, we also don't have dangerous tasks unless Nikilla is the mirror person Griffith. Nikilla, Franca pressed. Periodic Table tersely acknowledged. He's Kay Marillo's deputy. Recently, his behavior makes me suspect he might be a mirror person. What behavior? Franca asked in confirmation. Periodic Table thought and said, he gets angry more easily, has more negative emotions, and I noticed he seems awkward using his right hand, though he's right-handed. What's his real identity? Franca's eyes lit up. Periodic Table hesitated. I can't be sure he's a mirror person. It's normal to have uncontrolled negative emotions after prolonged knowledge infusion. Before telling you his identity and possible residence, I hope to sign a notarized document with you, ensuring if he's not the mirror person, you won't kill him and must let him go. As he spoke, he took out an expensive notarized document from a hidden pocket. Seeing Muggle's slightly surprised look, Periodic Table laughed self-deprecatingly. Blame it on us following the maxim, do as you wish but do no harm. Sure, no problem, Franca agreed readily. She wasn't one to kill innocents. Late at night in Morara, Lumion put down his book, rubbed his aching head, and decided to rest by thinking of something else. As he considered if he had missed any enemies or competitors, the mirror in the room glowed with water. Wanak, with iron-black eyes and blood-red hair, appeared again, saying in a deep voice, Gusane and Albus are about to step into the trap. I'll tell you my hiding place now. Is it starting? Lumion's mind immediately focused.